Explain like I'm 5 when hand washing dishes. How hot should the rinse water be, and why? As hot as your hand's heat tolerance and water heating budget allow. As whatever particulates you're trying to clean from your dishes get more soluble with increased temperature and will thus be easier to remove. Some wild comments in here. Living things need food and water. If you remove the food from your plates, cutlery and dishes, then it doesn't matter if it takes a bit longer to dry as there is nothing left to promote growth. Rinse in cold water to save energy. Washing in hot water makes it easier to remove the food. So I wear rubber gloves. I only ever rinse with hot if I'm rinsing over the washing up sink with more stuff to wash. Don't dry with a towel if you can avoid it as that will deposit more stuff onto the dishes. Dishes don't need to be sterilized unless you are immune compromised. Unless you are in a food service environment where you are required to sanitize dishes. In which case a machine or a dip with sanitizer solution is doing that. You can wash them cold. No human can tolerate water hot enough to kill germs. It takes water temps of 149 degrees to kill germs. Most human skin will get third-degree burns with 2 seconds of exposure of 150-degree water. Hot enough to make the grease on the plate easy to wipe off but not hot enough to delete the top layers of your skin. Washing dishes in a kitchen in California. 1. Scrape no water. 2. Wash soak soap. Hot water. 3. Rinse no soap. Warm water. 4. Sanitize sanitizer. Room temp water. 5. Air dry elevated. Vertical. Let gravity work. That's how I learned it and how every kitchen I've encountered do it. I'm pretty sure it's state mandated to do it this way though. From what I've read, hot water isn't what kills the germs, it's the soap. Though hot water will allow the dishes to dry faster since the water will evaporate quicker. So there's a less likely chance for bacteria to grow in the residual moisture left on the drying dishes. It doesn't really matter. It's the soap that's mostly killing the germs, not the heat. But hotter water will help the soap and gunk dissolve and rinse off better. So use comfortably hot water but mostly make sure it gets nice and soapy. In commercial food settings the water does have to be very hot for maximum sterilizing and to make sure as much gunk dissolves off as possible. At home, you don't have to reach such crazy high standards. Any temperature you want. You specified the rinse water and so since they have already been washed in hot water they don't need to be sanitized again. The hotter the water the faster they will dry in the rack and better job the water will do at removing the residual food stuff, but the dishes are already clean to the point nothing is stuck anymore and is simply being rinsed. No hot water is needed. If the tap water is very cold and you have running hot water, go for it. The grease should be taken off by the soap. Do soak rinse your plate as soon as you are done with it, so food doesn't dry on. Then you can wash when convenient. Wash in hot, rinse in cold. They should already be clean after you washed them and cold rinse water leaves less spots. It does not matter one bit. Soap suds will dissipate better with cold water. You will never get the water hot enough to sanitize past what the soap has already done. Don't listen to all the people saying hot water is necessary. It does nothing below boiling hot. And it won't evaporate faster. This whole post made me question why kitchen sinks are made from metal whereas bathroom sinks are made from ceramic. As someone who worked in kitchens and have a high hand heat tolerance, your wash and rinse water should make lava feel cold. I rinse in scalding water because my water heater produces it and I'm lazy, so using the hottest water means I can walk away for 10 minutes and let everything dry on its own without a towel. What I learned a long time ago in college chemistry was that a soap molecule has a hydrophilic end and a hydrophobic end, meaning one end likes water and one end doesn't. But it likes oil. This means soap acts like a bridge between oils which are not water soluble and the water, which is how it removes oil when washing. However, if you rinse in hot water, it somewhat reduces the effectiveness. So you usually want to rinse in cold water so one end of the soap will cling to the oil and wash away. As Europeans, we just had American family over. They insisted on rinsing all the plates before putting them in the dishwasher. We never do that. Why do you rinse everything? According to my grandma, it should melt your flesh. If you're doing dishes at her house, she'll sneak a hand in at random and promptly turn on the hot water if it doesn't scald. It honestly doesn't matter, use a temperature that's comfortable to have your hands in. This ensures that you wash thoroughly instead of trying to rush and get your hands out of the water. Soap and scrubbing do far more for hand cleaning than water temperature ever will. In the restaurant industry, the washing water for hand washing items that can't be washed in the machine should be hot. But everything is sanitized in a light bleach water sink that always ends up cold, and health code doesn't require it to be heated. A quick wash sanitizing machine is hot. Hot water rinse will allow the water to evaporate faster, resulting in a quicker drying time. But it's not required from an official health code standpoint. Enough to average kinetic energy those grimy MFS on the dish, but not enough that your hand becomes black or white. Get a dishwasher. The unit will use less water and soap than washing by hand for 4 minutes. It will also do a better job. We are the Miller's meme. You guys use hot water to wash the dishes. Lol. Since you said rinse water specifically as hot as you can handle. The hotter it is, the faster it evaporates and the easier it is to dry. More labor efficient. However, open a window or turn on a dehumidifier to keep your internal home environment at an agreeable humidity level. Boiling. And you should wear thick rubber gloves so you can still grab dishes out of it. The hotter the water, the easier stuff disintegrates, and the less chemicals you need for cleaning. Just use the cold tap. The dishes should already be clean after scrubbing, wiping with soap and water. The rinse is purely to remove the leftover suds and any remnants of the food that's already been loosened. Hot as I can stand it for rinsing. In fact, I keep my water heater almost too hot now that my kids are grown. If you rinse with very hot water and stack the dishes in a drainer properly, they'll be dry in a couple minutes. So no drying. Anything with proteins is best cold. Proteins tend to get sticky, harden when heat is applied. But if you're talking about rinsing off the soap after washing them, then it doesn't really matter. Hot water just evaporates faster. It should be as hot as you can stand. The hotter the better. It's basically sanitizing and killing all the germs in hot water. For rinse water, there are a few good reasons for hot water. Hot water is better at getting rid of soap and is quicker to dry dishes. Both important since at home you're likely skipping the sanitizer portion, which would be last. For the actual cleaning portion, it's just plain better at cleaning stuff, so you'll need less soap, less effort, and all of this is so much better on your dishes.